Hurricane Sandy hammered the Bahamas early Friday after leaving 21 dead across the Caribbean. Some are calling it a superstorm. What is that all about?
As this storm moves farther north, it will expand.
Forecasters say it is a rare hybrid superstorm created by an Arctic jet stream wrapping itself around a tropical storm.
The MTA has announced that they will start shutting down service. Subways starting at 7 tonight, buses at 9 tonight.
Tens of thousands of people were ordered to evacuate coastal areas on Sunday.
We should not underestimate the impact of this storm, and we should not assume the predictions will be wrong.
When they tell you to evacuate, you need to evacuate.
Our members, just like they did at 9/11, jumped in.
Near hurricane force winds turbocharged the effect, making streets nearly impassable.
Told us to go outside, Seagirt, set up on the valves. A lot of water, a lot of debris, and they just told me to hold the key. So I'm standing in the water holding the key. A lot of things started hitting my leg, air conditioners, tires.
I saw waves going inside people's houses. I saw cars getting devoured by water.
When we got down McDonald Avenue, it was pitch black. There was transformers blowing up. Boom, 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 you hear it.
So we jumped in the truck. I had to stay in the middle of the street because the cars are floating.
A wave came over the truck, that big truck, stalled it. So we had no power, everything died in the truck. The truck was actually listing to the side 4 or 5 times because the waves were breaking up against the left-hand side.
As we stand on top of the truck, a young lady, flashed a flashlight and opened up the window. And she said, y'all make it to the fire escape, y'all can come to my house.
The cops and the firemen was standing on the side and they wouldn't go into the water. And when I came with the rig and Frankie Gill says, listen, we got about 14 guys trapped in Seagate and we're going in.
I go through my phone. I was like, oh man, Mike, he's the president of the union. And he answered the phone. I told him where we was. He said, stay where you at. We making phone calls to come get y'all.
And proceeded to get Jimmy Morant and Parrish. They was trapped on top of their truck where the water was like, looked like it was like 8 feet high.
Come on, right here. Take a step. Take a step. Climb over the fence, man. Let's go.
These are my union brothers. If I had to do it again, I would. Just to make sure they come back home to their families.
Every day, subways move 5.3 million people on 660 miles of track. They connect to 4 other commuter rails, bringing another 1 million suburbanites into New York.
When you saw the aftermath of what took place and what was taking place and the flooding that was going on, how does New York recover from it?
We have 46 miles of track currently underwater right now.
How many men?
Close to 1,500 people that have been working.
Like a small army?
Yes.
And a couple of those lines got open quicker than they ever thought, but the guys kept working and getting it done.
The MTA really did a phenomenal job of getting subway service partially restored in just a few days.
Our first priority was getting the system back up and running. We did that. We have almost 1,000 members that live right here in the Coney Island area and the adjacent Garrison Beach area.
Their homes, they were totally wiped out. Some people had 8 feet of water in their homes. No electricity, no clothing, no pictures.
It was seconds, not a minute. Waves behind the waves. Waves was 8-10 feet. Inside the house, it was up to the ceiling water. It's completely destroyed. No heat, no water. My co-worker and union rep Rodney Glenn, he come in on his car, help us move us to Brooklyn. I very appreciate, Rodney, what you did for me.
On a daily basis, we reach out to the members, making sure that they are receiving the proper resources.
We're constantly updating a website, sending emails.
We're giving out donations that are collected by transit workers.
They combined their resources and started plugging away.
And considering that we had a warehouse next to our union hall, we decided to open it up to start collecting donations from our members as well as SEPTA, the authority that employs us.
You know, cases of trash bags, shovels, brooms.
Baby formula, baby clothing, blankets, towels.
Protective clothing, dust masks, bleach to deal with the mold.
Everything you can imagine that you need to clean your home, we provided that to our members.
Even right now, 7 months after this happened, you wanna cry.
It's one thing to witness this on television, but when you're here actually seeing the faces of the people who are affected by it is very, very disheartening.
Just to drive down these streets and see their homes being emptied out and all the debris and the water lines and how they were affected. You know, I'm not old enough to say that I lived through the Great Depression, but I think I've seen it. These people are standing in line for a daily meal, any kind of handout that's coming.
When Hurricane Sandy came, it wasn't winter for us. So their winter stuff was destroyed. It's hard to replace your whole winter outfit.
This is how it's been every day. FEMA's the first on the scene, but after FEMA leaves, who does the community have to depend on? I think TWU is one big family. This is what we do on an everyday basis, whether it's for our members or for the community.
We live in the community as well as work in the community.
It does make you proud as a president of an organization when you know that your people are out there helping others.
Dear brother and sister, how I can possibly thank you enough for support during the hard time for me and my family. I would like to say special thanks for all East New York co-workers who supported and continue support me and my family. Thank you. God bless you guys.